It is an escalation. The question is how much. The one way to think about it is it's almost like it's like putting a gun to your head with a bullet in only one chamber. The classic Russian roulette.
Yeah.
Exactly. You press the trigger and it's a blank. You think, oh, it didn't happen, and you breathe a sigh of relief. But then you know that the next one, or the one after that, or the one after that, could be the one with the chamber with the bullet. And I get that feeling almost every day now with events in Israel. Certainly the events of the last 3 or 4 weeks. You mentioned a couple of them, the mobile devices, the walkie-talkies and pages going off. That's one. Then you have Gallant, the minister, saying today that we're in the new phase of the war. But there's something that happened a couple of days ago that got lost in all of this, in the shuffle, was that the Israeli cabinet declared that to send its people, the communities of Israelis who were close to the northern borders, who had to leave after October 7 because Israel and Hezbollah increased their sort of cross-border exchange of fire, Israel has now made it a direct war aim to send those populations back to those communities. It sounds like just a sort of verbiage, but what it is saying is that we're now ready to confront Hezbollah with a much more aggressive posture. And so what you saw with these explosions across, and what you're seeing today with an increase in Israeli attacks against Hezbollah targets along the border, that reflects what Yoav Gallant is saying. They're ready. They're getting ready for another phase of the war. We're one step closer to that chamber of the pistol that actually has the bullet in it.
You never want to really say anything positive about someone losing. There's nothing good about a human losing his or her life. But in terms of the foresight and planning and like magical genius it takes to get thousands of people to use pagers. In America, there's a whole generation of kids learning what a pager is, right? I mean, how did they even achieve that task? Assuming that Mossad is behind this, right?
Well, there's the other dimension of just how stupid were Hezbollah to allow this to happen. We've known for many years that Israel has this capacity. Way back in the late 1990s, when I first started looking at the Middle East, the first time I went to the Middle East, went to Gaza, there was already stories about this very famous bomb maker, Hamas bomb maker, who Israel targeted and blew up by putting a little bit of explosives on his cell phone. This is dumb phones, back long before cell phones. I think this happened in 96, 97, around that time scale. They managed to put a phone in his hand that had a little bit of an explosive charge, and he answered the phone and they blew him up. This capacity has been known for a long time, and just how much of an intelligence failure and planning failure on Hezbollah's part has allowed this. The scale of this, of course, is enormous. The risk, of course, when you go for a scale like this, that a very, very large proportion of the people killed and hurt are ordinary civilians. There are all kinds of questions to be raised there, including legal ones about whether it's kosher to do that. And so, that debate will be had. But Hezbollah has come out today. The Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah, has come out and openly acknowledged that this was a big blow.